right where we at. Get back to that stage.
Inside the Bullpen. Welcome to Inside the Bullpen. This afternoon we have Tyrone Hayes with us, a Brahman football athlete. His story is very inspirational. Very inspirational. I seen this young man take a season-ending injury on last season, and just to see the tenacity to get back and to fight, to get back with the team and to be able to play again in the manner of which his injury happened, man, it was just so inspirational. I wanted to make sure that we had the opportunity to share his story. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and introduce Tyrone to you this afternoon. So, Tyrone, if you could, what grade are you in?
I'm in the 10th grade.
So coming into the 10th grade. So last year we had something called the Midnight Madness, and from my perspective, we had so much momentum. The morale around the program was very, very high, and then we had an opportunity where the community can come out. So I can educate you guys off what Midnight Madness is. You get there is a date where in the state of Florida where you can pad up and go and have your first official practice. And that starts at 12 a.m. Whenever that date starts, that's when you can go ahead and go at it. Okeechobee decided to take advantage of that at 12 a.m. and the amount of support we got from the community, it freaking looked like it was a game on that night. We had them come out and the stadium was packed, and the energy was so insane. But I want to hear from your perspective, Tyrone, as an athlete, because you and your peers and those guys that are sophomores with you, y'all came up from OIFL or Okeechobee Bulls, where y'all were winning everything, blowing people out all around the lake. So y'all class coming up to being able to have the opportunity to play, and then you got this night where now you get to finally showcase your skills on a high school level. And then you had the injury that you had. I want you to talk about from that day until that injury, like what happened with that, knowing that you finally got this opportunity and it kind of like getting stripped from you.
Well, going into that week of practice, we was told that we were gonna have it, so it was very fun. I mean, I told my family about it. I was excited. They were excited. My friends was excited. We talked about it all in school every day. Teachers heard about it. It was happy. We was happy. All until 12 o'clock, we was happy. To come out the locker room and to see all the people in the stands, it was very motivational. Like, I was ready. And we went through warm-ups, and it was very, very energetic. I mean, I was having fun. The whole day was just, man, I can't wait until we suit up.
Right, yeah.
Man, I can't wait until we suit up. I enjoyed myself just until the injury. I mean, at that moment when I went down, I already knew what it was. I'm not even gonna lie. Nobody had to tell me it was season in, and I knew it. I felt it.
Dang.
When I went down. I mean, I only got one play on offense, but my team was energized, and we was working hard and up until that point, and I know everybody was concerned for me, but I'm just glad that everybody kept going hard even after.
So let me ask you this, what exactly were your injuries? What was it diagnosed? I know when she went down with injury, we had EMS come out, and I remember trying to help you up, and you couldn't walk, and you kept saying, I can't walk, coach. Mm-hmm. I'm like, just try to put a little weight, and it was a no-go. I remember that it was a no-go. So whenever you got the chance to go to the hospital, what was that experience like, and what exactly was that, what did they say happened?
Well, it was crazy because I went to the hospital. I've never had an injury like this before, so I went to the hospital, and I'm laying in the hospital bed. I dislocated my hip, and they put it back in place, but they also dislocated it once again when they put this board up under me. So my hip was dislocated, and I had fractured my hip. Once that moment came, my grandma had already let me know after she talked to the nurses and stuff that I wasn't gonna be able to play again this year. Actually, I coded out on the table.
Wow.
I coded out. I think I coded out twice actually. Dang. So for my mom was in Orlando. For her to come down here and hear that her son coded out, I'm already upset. Crying nonstop.
Let me stop right there. When you say coded out, just so people understand what happened, what does coded out mean in medical terms?
Stop breathing. I stopped breathing right on the table. So for my mom to hear that, my mom came, and her first instinct, I'm already upset, crying, because I'm already knowing that my season is over. My mom came, and the first thing she's like is, "You're not playing football anymore." So I'm crying even more. I'm just at the point to where nothing matters. I didn't have my phone. I wasn't on my phone for 3 days. I was so upset. Like, when I got back on my phone, I had plenty of text messages and calls, people concerned calling up on me. I didn't even want to answer people. I was so upset. I mean, it was just an emotional night. Really, throughout the injury, it was just emotional. It wasn't even just that night. I was just emotional.
Okay, man, that's definitely, I personally, I didn't know that. When you're talking about coding out, that's new to me right now. And that takes how I feel to a whole nother level just to see where you are now. Man, bump the football, bro. That's a blessing, man.
Yeah, my grandma tell me all the time. My grandma is a pastor, so she prays a lot for me, and she keeps me. My grandma keeps me going, man. It's crazy. I love that woman to death. She was there for me 12 a.m. in the morning. My grandma, this lady is 50-something years old, and she out her bed at 12 a.m. The game started at 12, so it's like it's like maybe 2 when this happens. So
it's in the morning time, yeah, and then you get a phone call.
And she's all up, and then they airlifted me from Rollerson to the hospital, the kids, St. Mary's in West Palm, and my grandma went home and finally got rested.
Now, you coded out here at Rollerson, or you coded out?
I coded out here.
In Rollerson,
yeah.
So before even going to St. Mary's,
before even getting airlifted, I coded out here, and they airlifted me. It was crazy. I remember waking up in the helicopter, man. I didn't know what was going on. At that moment, I didn't even know I was hurt. I just woke up. It felt like a dream because it's black, and I see these people around me, like, the people in the airplane with me. I see them around me, but I don't know what's going on. And they got me on the medicine, so.
Okay, so when you talking about that, I see this mountain, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I say a mountain, I'm just trying to feel like there's a massive mountain, a situation, an issue, a problem. How do you go from that to saying, man, let me get back out here? When did that click to go like, man, I done had this crazy injury. I coded out twice. Let me get back to because I see the videos that you upload. That ain't nobody that coded out to me, bruh. Yeah. That ain't nobody that had no hip injury, popped out 2, 3, you know what I'm saying? How do you go from that, standing in front of that mountain, to being like where you at now?
Well, like I said, my grandma, she got me through it. My mama, my siblings, just all the love and support from the community, because a lot of people, like I said, was calling and texting. And I mean, my dream is to be in the NFL, and I understand that with this dream comes a lot of obstacles that you got to overcome. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I was prepared, but I was already aware that it wasn't gonna be easy. So, I mean, I had my times where I was depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I was laying in bed, crying, looking at the ceiling, just wanting to give up. But I just couldn't. It's a dream. I have to make it. I want to move my mama into that big house. So, me knowing what I want for me in life, me, for instance, me looking around, seeing people who had all the talent in the world around here, to see where they are now. Some of them aren't where they should be. We can all agree that some of them aren't where they should be.
Right.
So I use that as motivation. My mama wants me to move. Okay, for instance, my mama wants me to move, but I told my mom, I don't want to move. This is my inspiration right here. Being here, it lets me see, okay, this dude, I seen this dude. He was so good in high school, had offers and all, but that's not what he wanted. He chose another route, which wasn't a smart decision, but I mean, that's his decision. I use that every day that I wake up. I use that as motivation. Just looking around, looking where I come from, as motivation to be a better me every day, which is what helps me climb that mountain, which I'm not over yet, which I understand I'm not over yet. I haven't played a snap in high school yet because of that injury. So I recognize and I understand that I'm not over the mountain yet, but that's really what helped me get over it.
And I've heard that before. I can't tell you who I heard say it, but not saying you took it from, but I heard that where I've seen athletes, or it doesn't even have to be an athlete, where you're in this situation that's not favorable to the masses, where somebody say, oh man, you in a good spot.
Yeah.
And they have the opportunity to go in a better situation and thrive, but chose to stay where they are because they don't want a handout. I don't want to get nothing easy. I don't want nothing to, man, that's admirable, man. Not to say you right or wrong, not to say your mom's right or wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, a choice was there and you made a choice, and a lot of times any choice we make, we got to live with the, you know what I'm saying? We got to live with the consequences or blessings or anything. We got to live with what come with that when we choose things, you know? So, man, that's...
And me personally, using this, I want to use this and to let the freshmen, everybody up under me know, man, you ain't got to move out of town to get recognized. Man, if you work hard enough, I don't care who you think not watching, everybody watching. If you work hard enough, if you work hard enough, man, you don't have to go nowhere, IMG, this place, that place. Man, you can get it right here. That's really what motivates me too. I'm in Okeechobee. Nobody thinks you're going to get recognized in Okeechobee. That's what, I just want to prove people wrong. I want everybody to see Okeechobee, you can get somewhere from Okeechobee, you know?
Right.
People have done it before, and I want to be a part of that group of people who've done it.
Absolutely. Man, that's awesome. So going through that whole process, I have to ask, like, because a lot of people that say, well, what did you learn in that situation? What did you get out of doing this? Oh, I learned how to da-da-da. But I want to change it up. I have to ask you, what did you learn about yourself through the whole process? Because when I tell you what, a lot of people got a lot of mouth to say, hey man, I do this and do that, and I'm, you know, they can talk a good game, but when that pressure put on, you see a whole different other person. When you have the opportunity to practice what you preach, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure your grandma told you a lot of different things, and like my grandma raised me. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like I feel you, bro. Like my grandma, not saying like your grandma raised you, but I understand having that support. Everybody ain't got that. Yeah. And even this off topic, but like don't nobody want to be a grandma now. Everybody want to be young and party and stuff like that. So man, if you got a grandma and y'all that got a grandma, Mimi or mama or whatever like that, know what I'm talking about, that old school, you blessed, bro, because that's a lot of people don't have that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it means to when you're being raised, you're told certain or knowing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? My peoples came up in the church. You know what I'm saying? I was raised in the church. I ain't always do what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but I knew, so I know how to talk it.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? But at the same time, whenever those situations arose, when people heard me talk, now I gotta act it out. Now I gotta really be about what I'm talking about. And I think you proved that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't saying like you. I agree with you. You still got, you got a lifetime ahead of you. A lifetime ahead. You're gonna be some stuff, but I really believe this situation that you went through, man, is gonna be a pivotal staple in the man that God is forming you to be. You know what I'm saying? For your future, for when you get a family, when you get kids and stuff like that. Because don't nobody, that's unique, bro. Like Coda, I had to get a tooth pulled, bro. They told us to put me to sleep. No, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have that story. You know what I mean? So again, I'll go back to the question: what did you have an opportunity to go through that? And I said opportunity. I'm not going to call it a bad situation, whatever like that. If I did, I'm reverting that back. You having that opportunity to go through that. What did Tyrone Hayes Learn about him.
That I'm strong. I don't give up because, but I always wanted to be somebody who didn't give up. Because me personally, watching my mom struggle and not give up, it makes me feel some type of way. Makes me want to be just like her. And I never seen my mama give up. And I always think about it. If my mama ain't gave up yet, she's still going to this day. My mama ain't gave up yet. I hear my mama complain about this, complain about that, but she never give up.
She's still going.
So me just having that in my head every day, yo, mama ain't gave. Every time I want to give up, I hear that voice in my head. Yo, mama ain't gave up. You can't give up. And I won't give up because I know she won't never give up. She been doing it this long. She gonna keep going. So that's what makes me keep going every day. My mom's still going, struggled. My grandma struggled. She's still going. So, I learned that I'm strong, just like the two women who raised me. Because, that's who raised me. Two women. My mom and my grandma. That's who raised me. So,
right.
They taught me to be strong, and just that whole situation, I guess it brought it out of me that I'm a strong child, that I was raised that way. You could tell.
And a lot of times you don't know what's in you till it come out. Till
the time comes.
Till it come out, then you know. And I see now, Tyrone, that you know what's in you. So I'm confident that anything that you come up against, even beyond the football field, this season that's coming up, man, ain't nobody too big, ain't nobody too fast, ain't nobody too like. You know what I'm saying? And then that story there, you can help with your brothers, your teammates.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, nah, I don't care who they is. You know what I mean? Like, I watch Deion Sanders. He got a YouTube docuseries called Coach Prime, and he went through a thing where they cut his toes off, whatever like that. Dude sat up there in a team meeting. You know what I mean? He was and showed like the whole toe cut off, the calf cut open, but he used that like, listen, I went through this, and I'm here still fighting. I don't want to hear y'all complain about nothing. You feel me? Yeah. And I think you'll have the same impact, man, if people will be able to listen and you command that because you ain't got to be a certain grade to be a leader on to nobody. You can't teach nobody to be a leader. They're naturally a leader. You know what I'm saying? So. Beyond that, man, I guess we'll wrap this up and because you obviously train. Yeah.
I would like to say one more thing. My teammates, man, they helped me through it too. I had a lot of support from them. My friend, especially my friend group, which is also my teammates too, but they helped me through it too, man. It was crazy, but they was always there for me.
I just had
texting me, calling, making sure I was straight. So just a thank you to them too.
Absolutely, man. I had a conversation with somebody today and was saying about like a lot of people go through stuff like, man, you ain't got to go through nothing by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but sir. When you able to have like you have a group of friends that do care on you, care about you, because there's some people that go through stuff and they look at that phone the next morning, that thing dry.
Yes, sir. You
know what I'm saying? And you saying like for 2-3 days, you kind of like, you trying to run from like, dang, boy, I got 30-40 missed calls, and you know what I'm saying? So that's a blessing, man, to have that supporting cast that's there for you. Don't want nothing from you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want nothing from you. I just, are you okay? You know, that's awesome. So what does, because you obviously, I see you uploading videos all the time, man, and we're gonna put your social media right here in the description where they can follow you and check you out, what you got going on, and see more about you if you permit that. But what does a day in the life of Tyrone Hayes look like?
To be honest, man, I get up, I go to school, come to practice. Sometimes I go home and practice again just to be safe. I like to sometimes get extra time and work on me, work on my craft. And other than that, really just playing the game, studying for school. You know, if I got schoolwork, I do my schoolwork. But other than that, I'm in the house playing the game, staying out of trouble. That's number one, staying away from trouble. Call of Duty?
Yeah.
No, I don't play that. I play 2K.
I'll smack you in that too, but I don't know. We probably ain't. We can set that up later.
I don't think you'll smack me.
We'll set that up while you got a PS5.
If I float your boat, I got a P4.
Oh, see, we can't play anyway.
That's God save me. But yeah, I don't do nothing too special. I mean, I try to stay to myself. I mean, try to stay away from trouble. You know, sometimes trouble will find you, but
Yeah.
I mean, I try to stay away from trouble. I play my game. I help my grandma out around her because she owns a store. I help my grandma out, and just really, that's really all. School, game, practice. That's it, really.
Man, that's awesome, bro. And Tyrone, before we let you go, man, I want to let you know I love you. Like, for real, love you. And I remember I told y'all last year in practice, and I told y'all as a group that I love you, and I seen a couple eyes. They were like, love me? Like, man, you don't know me, man. How you love me? But, and I told y'all, like, man, if people could hate you,
Yes, sir.
and don't got no reason, bro.
Yep.
Ain't got no reason to hate you. I got the right to love you and ain't got to have no explanation of why I do that. So I love you, man. And your story is absolutely amazing. Keep sharing that. That's your testimony. I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know what went on that night. You know what I'm saying? They probably just saw and like, oh, okay, he got hurt, da-da-da. You know what I mean? But, man, oh, man, that's profound. I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to sit down with you and talk.
Yes, sir. It's a blessing to be here, to be able to tell it, and to be on this podcast. It's a blessing to be able to do it. So, I mean, anytime, just hit my phone and I'm here.
All right, tenfold. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Until next time, we got some more. Amazing stories. I told y'all it was gonna be crazy. Man. And this was crazy in a good way. But we definitely have a lot more in store for you guys. So make sure y'all stay tuned. Subscribe. If you have listened to this, share it in the community, because the whole goal is to have the community to learn more about our athletes, learn more about how this thing ticks, how this thing turns, and that way we can have more support. You know what I'm saying? Somebody might want to come out here and see if Tyrone really what he talking about. You know what I mean? Come check him out. See if he really about what he said he about. You know what I mean? And that's all in heartfelt there. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you guys. And until next time, y'all have a great day.
Where we at?